This is the 15-minute chart of the ES, and what I'm showing here is the perfect storm oscillator. This is an intraday oscillator. I'm looking at this on the 15-minute chart here. This gives us an intraday cycle. It gives us pivot indication on the highs and lows of the oscillator, and it also gives us trend direction. And we get inversions in this cycle, but this is a great aid to use in trading. Let's look at the last few days to see what this is looking like this week. We had the oscillator high. Had the oscillator high here, and the market just started to move. The rectangles that I have marked here are the quiet times, and I consider the quiet times to be from the close of the day session around 4:35 p.m. until the action picks up again, usually between 2 and 3 a.m. Eastern time. So I've blocked those areas out, and you can see from 4 of those periods on this chart, really just this one here looked like normal swinging market activity. The other 3, the first, the third, and the fourth, are all pretty tight consolidations. So those are areas I generally like to avoid doing any type of trading in. So what we do, we look for this, we look for a trend. So from the high to the low, we're looking for a trend move to the downside. Now in this particular case, we had an inversion because we went to a high here. Generally what happens when we get an inversion, we get a mid-cycle pivot. So generally halfway between that low and that high, we'll get a tradable pivot indication. So the halfway points are always important in these cyclical movements up and down. In this particular case, the mid-cycle hit was a low, and then we bounced up, reversed off of that mid-cycle point up to a high when we were expecting a bottom here on that particular swing. The next one up, we went low to high. We went high into the area of consolidation. Then we did get a push down to a cyclical low in the overnight. You can see the move down and then the push back up. Cycle high, looking for a cycle low here. Instead we got a high because at the midpoint of that cycle we got a low, indicating we were going to push and invert to a high. Here we went high to low in the consolidation area. We went low to low on the cycle. We were expecting high to low. Since we inverted there, the midpoint we had a high, indicating we would go back and end up that cycle on a low. Then we had clean moves. We had a move up and a move down. I indicate the mid-cycle here with the orange line because we had a pivot high. So what happened, we made a high, we started down, we flipped back up with a strong quick move to make a mid-cycle high, indicating that we would make a bottom at the next cyclical bottom. Now we've traded up and we're moving through this area of sideways period here now, and I've marked the next 2 indications that I'm looking at today. So we haven't broken out of this trading range yet. We're in a very quiet market period, even though it's 7 a.m. Eastern time. Here we haven't picked up volatility yet.